research. Before I start, I have to give you about the example. This is the I use it for the change of the slides, as well as I use it the pointer and laser pointer. So before that, what was that? Is the pointer is different and the change was different, but now is combined. This is around 6 years ago, 5 years ago I bought it. A new version it has better, so I have to buy the new version. So if you consider you like to design of the similar as this device, what should we do? Definitely you have to go to the Google, you go to the Science Direct or IEEE, some of the database, and you found it, what is the latest of this similar as this device. You see it has a two function. One function is change the slide, one of them is the pointer. So if you don't research, you think just pointer is enough. If you don't research, you see maybe change a slide. But once you research, you see about the latest version of this device or latest version of the exacting this idea from that or model of that. Okay? Because this comes not just for the first time is completed. It comes from the idea based on the research, based on the idea from the team or one person or many person. Then try to use it. Then they try to implement it, design, and then added some of the hardware and the wireless communication, something like that. So, if you don't go to the research, you don't know what is the exact latest version. So you try to design a version, maybe 10 years ago is completed. Why you do that? Nobody buy it, nobody care you. So therefore, every time you have to go to research. Very quickly you type it in the Google, anything that you like, and you can access it. So far we talked about the industrial design revolution. If you remember, I talked about we are in industry 4.0, and definitely we have to consider for next design or next production, definitely we have to consider industry 4.0. So for the design of the industry 4.0, we have to consider 6 principles for the design. You say, Hamid, what's the benefit for I am trying to design of the slide changer or pointer? What's that? So I'm telling you, once you design, you are thinking, how can I sell it? You have to sell it based on the industry 4.0, not 100 years ago, not 2 days ago. You are thinking about the future industry is 4.0. So, if you design the new of these, okay, you have to say, okay, interoperability. Does it mean can it works with internet? We need it. It works IoT. Visualization of them. Can it works based on the visualization? Decentralized for the designing, or real time, or service, or modularity. So I'm telling you. So once you start to design, you think about that. You just complete all of them. You have to understand all of them. You just try to work for new design. Another subject, if you remember, we discussed about the identify customer need. Why I show you? Because I like to summarize for you. because I say this. I like to summarize again and again and again. You understand why I'm talking about the different. Another thing is identify customer needs. The first things from the customer needs, it is identify the problem. If you remember, for identify the problem, I told you we need to talk with customer. What's the problem? And I told you for that we have to have observation, group interview, or anything we have, and then we have to say about what do my customer want. My customer, what they wanted, and then divide it to the SOR. SOR, statement of requirement. SOR means goal, 1 sentence or 2 sentences maximum. And then goal divided to the objectives, objective 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the goal, okay, once the customer needs anything, how we can understanding about the constraint, limitation, or any standards or something like that. For example, for this device, definitely we have to follow the any standards as we need. So now I'm talking about what is the research and identify research needs. What is the research and how we can research? Research means related to the design. Okay, research is good, but I'm talking about whole of the design research. What is that? And what is the relation between the research for the design? First, what is the research? If you look at to the different company for automotive, because I asked you to do a project based of the intelligent vehicle, I listed the company, Ford company, BMW company, and car company, and you see different YouTube, and you see they are working for autonomous vehicle or new car design, how they can contribute of that. So if you look at to this BMW or research at car or Ford company, you understand this company or any company in industry, they have a research group. They have a research and development. They call it R&D. R&D, research and development. If you go to the Ford, around 30% all the income cost for research. BMW around 20%. You understand me? Because they have to develop the new. Otherwise, lost all the market. Okay? Definitely in BMW, they have to research for new design, and the different new design, what they need, what component, hardware, software we need. So therefore, it's very important to know what is the research. Can you, one of you tell me, or all of you tell me about what is the research? What do you think research is? What is the research? Can you tell me?
Observing and learning what your customer wants.
Can you repeat again?
Observing and learning what your customer wants or needs.
It is a requirements from the customer. But what is the research actually? Oh, what do you think research is about? It is about the exacting design or exacting methods or model. What is that? in the market or in the company or in the industry or in university, okay? Research means executing a study at the moment. A latest study, maybe is around 1 year ago, maybe is around 10 years ago research, maybe around 1 minute ago. Executing methods, executing design, executing solution, problem, everything, it is a research. So I bring for you very, very good things for the research. Look at to this. Do you like to know about that? Economic benefit. Say $1 invested in research, 2.2 created the economy. Ford company, put it $1, 2.2, it means 2.2 times received benefit. I'm talking about all of the economy around the world, not just for Ford company. $1 you invested, 2.2 at least. Some of the companies similar as the Apple, $1 put the $5 they have a benefit. You know, Apple is the biggest company in the world. It has a $6 billion investment. 6,000 billion. So, look at this. It is what leads to an improved society. It means research. We need for health, for medicine, you see, we need research. Better quality life, hosting society and manufacturing, better food supply. So therefore, all of them comes from the research. So maybe they ask me very, very important question. Who is researcher? Who is inventor? Who? Tell me. Who is the researcher? Who is the inventor? Research turns money to knowledge. You give me money, yeah? Employ me, and I give you the knowledge. It means research. So what happened? You take my knowledge, you built it a new car. You take my knowledge, you built it a device. It is inventor. You understand? Or not? Researcher gets some money and give you the knowledge, science, information. Yeah? So once you get this knowledge, you change it to the knowledge, change it to money. So a researcher gets the money to knowledge, knowledge converted to the money, it means invention. So, but to be inventor, we need to know how to research. This is very important. So, very important things to know is the research is not just gathering information. You say, I found it from some of the information from you, from where you said this is research. No, it's not research. Research is not just transporting facts from the one location to another. I say, I found it something from Singapore and this is research. No. What is the research? I write it here. What is the research? Research originated with a question and problem. Research required clear description of the goal. research usually divides the principal problem into more manageable sub-problems. This is the research. Research is guided by the specific research problem, question, or hypothesis. Research means question and try to answer it. Research requires a plan. You say, okay, this is the question, this is I'm trying to solve it, and this is from here to here, this is my plan. Research sets a certain critical assumption. Research requires the collection and interpretation of the data, not just collect the data. You have to say about what is the benefit of this data. You have to translate of them. You have to interpret of the data, and then after that solve the problem. So you research, it means found a problem, okay, gather a lot of data, finish? No. What's the problem? Okay, related of this data, you get data, try to actually interpret it of this data, and then find its solution. From problem to solution, it means research. So, one of you tell me, what is the difference between data and knowledge? What's the difference? I told you here, interpretation, collect, and interpretation data, not just collect, interpretation of the data. So what is the difference between data and knowledge?
Knowledge based on experience, data based on facts.
No, not exactly. It's good, but not complete. I have a lot of data. I take the data from you. How old are you? Can I ask?
32.
32?
Yeah.
If I write it 32, what does it mean? It is age. It's number. It is data. But if I say his age is 32, and I say his age is very good to do this, and a lot of information based on the 32, we call it interpretation, it is information. So the difference between the data and information is data is here, we pass to the box, we process in the box, and we count information. So which one we need it?
Information.
Information. We collect the data, process of this data, and then we found it in information. Our job is information, because data, 32 is money, $32, 32 age, what does it mean? 32, 52, 60. Nobody cares, it is data. Once we process, we can say about this data and collected this data and interpret it and process, then we have information. We can say 32 years old is very good, or this and can do this or that or something like that. This is information. So our job is this. Research requires the collect data and then interpretation of the data in an attempt to resolve the problem. This is our job as a researcher. Okay. Another question it comes to the research is about hypotheses. And the hypothesis, formula of the hypothesis is very important. Can you say about the hypothesis? And what is the difference between the hypothesis and also about the research? What's the hypothesis or theory?
It's
Can you tell me?
assumption of conclusion of the research.
The assumption you call it
Hypothesis. Assumption of conclusion.
okay. Assumption, it means hypothesis, and the result of the experimental, it is theory.
Sure.
This is the difference.
Yeah.
You see, is dark here. Why? It's hypothesis. You say maybe all the lights broken, maybe broken lamps here, maybe comes from the electricity, maybe someone turn off the electricity, maybe electricity take off from somewhere else, maybe anything. We call it hypothesis. But the conclusion and the result based of he said from experimental, it is theory. This is the difference. So you have to formulate of the hypothesis, and then it works for that. It means research. As you can see, research is the process is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and repeat and repeat and repeat. We call it research is a cyclical process. What is the number 1? Research being with the problem. Number 2, define the goal. Number 3, subdivides. Number 4, process of the tentative. And number 5, research looks at data directed and research interpreted of that, and again we call it the research process. As you can see, research should not be a linear process. Sometimes you work a lot here, sometimes here, sometimes here. It's not just a linear, just maybe is exponential. It takes a time to understanding the problem, and the solving is very quickly you can do. Research is the dynamic, because as you can see, it's not just you say, I research today and finish. No, it's until today. Tomorrow you have to continue, the day after you have to continue. Ford company, every night, every morning they are research. And once it's finished, no, you have to complete again and then back to the research. So research doesn't have the finish. So tools we have for research is computer technology, measurement, statistics, and language. You can use it. So some of the things is about the human mind. You have to consider of that. And then a very good question is, how do I find a problem? For the problem, you can look around. Look around, you can see a lot of problem is there. For example, is there something that you cannot explain? Is there something that costs too much? Is there a new opportunity? Is there a safety problem? Tell me about what is the problem for related to the automotive.
It's not fast enough. Maybe not fast enough.
Yes, and do you have any? Yes, that's right.
Efficiency.
Which efficiency?
Engine efficiency.
Engine or energy efficiency, something like that. Do you know how much is the energy efficiency at the moment for the traditional car? How much is that?
It's not like 50%.
Less than 50.
Yeah.
It means 100 percent you put it the fuel there, how much you can, how percent you can take it, energy?
30?
30, less than 30.
Less than 30.
So you have to research for that. Can we improve it? How can we do it? Oh. The automotive you have is based of the petrol is 30, maximum 30 energy efficiency, or we call it fuel economy. How can I improve it?
Don't use fuel.
Hmm?
Don't use fuel.
And
Use electric.
electric. That's good. Electric or hybrid electric. Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. Hybrid electric improve the efficiency, goes more than the 30, becomes 40 or 50. Electric vehicle, it is around more than 85%. That's good. So therefore, every company such as Telsa, they are working for electric vehicle. And you see a lot of people, they like to use it. Not just a brand and the fashion or something. It is about the economy as well as about the emission. Electric vehicle doesn't have emission. Is that correct? So therefore, you have to find it the problem, and based off that, you research. I write it here, some of the problems. So you can find it from literature. What does it mean, literature? Literature comes from the book, about the paper, journal paper, conference paper, and you find it in literature. Literature means background. Literature means, what time is it? 10,
Oh,
6. Before 10, 6 means 10, 5, or 10, or 9. What happened? It is literature. So all of them you find it, and it is important to understand what is already known, and we call it literature. About any subject, doesn't matter you are working which industry. So how do I find it the problem? As I said, you can ask from the expert people. You can find from the academic, from university. You can find from the problem from the industry, and then we can consider of that. So you can choose a topic and motivate it. I have 10 PhD students at the moment. Okay? Once they come to me and they ask me, I like to do research and I like to be as a doctor. I tell them, this is my area, is artificial intelligence, robotic, autonomous vehicle. Okay. So he said, which one? He said, no, it's not. Don't ask me. You have to find it. Choose the topic that motivated you. Which one do you like it? I tell you this, but you have to choose it. It's not from me. Because after a while, you say, after maybe 1 year, 2 years later, you say, you told me I researched for this, I waste my time and I didn't get any result. So it is very important, the topics should be interest to you, and topics you are like to use it. And also it has an economic or social important. If you work nothing is important for the society, why you do that? So some of the database I'm writing for you, it is the Science Direct, www.sciencedirect.com is very useful for finding the literature review, or you go to the IEEE Explorer, and then you can see a lot of paper, journal paper, books, textbooks, you can find it. What's the benefit of that? It tells us about the latest of the information and research and method and design, okay? So some of the topics I write it for you. These days they are working for additive manufacturing. They are design for the sorting system, something like that. I bring for you, and especially for you, I write it intelligent vehicle. You try to find it the new design of that, okay? And then others is not very important to say, and then also you have to understand about the, once you try to research, we have a boundary and we have a condition for that. You have to find it, what is the condition. Don't say I research everything. What is the border? What is the limitation? You like to work for, okay, for electric vehicle, which part of them? Which area? Are you working for battery? Are you working for charging, for electrification? Are you working for the electric motor? So which part? So the border is very important to consider of that. And then how to research for design. In the research of the design, you have to go to the two steps. Getting a start and then research in deep. It means very quickly starting of the research and then after that go very deep. In the getting a start, you identify what is the research topic, understand the assignment for the any topic, determined of the type of the information, and primarily design and research. So it means very quickly, okay, what do you like to do? I like to work for intelligent vehicle, and then you found it understanding, okay, for that, how can I, my assignment is this, or what should I do? And then once we, after this getting a start, then go to the deep. It means narrow your research focus. What is the narrow of that? You go very deep and you find it, okay, how can I do this? Definitely you have to talk with the academic sources in university, evaluate your sources. These sources, I found it from academia, from the books, from the literature, from journal, and then you see it is correct or not. It means evaluated, organize your information, and then if you found it information from me, from other paper, you have to cite of the information. Tomorrow night, I will talk about the project management. It means research is finished, back to the management. And then after that, we understand, okay, what's the research and management combined together. Any question?